He was not just a painter, he was a storm trapped inside a soul that no one understood, not even himself. Vincent van Gogh, a name synonymous with raw talent, unbridled passion, and an enigmatic persona. Today, his paintings fetch millions. His name echoes in art galleries worldwide. But do we really know the man behind the masterpieces? This isn't a story you've heard before. This is the intense, the tragic, the extraordinary life of Vincent van Gogh, the post-impressionist painter whose turbulent journey continues to captivate the world. Our story begins in the humble town of Zundert in the Netherlands during the year 1853. On March, amidst a modest farming family, a baby boy was born. They named him Vincent Willem van Gogh. From early on, Vincent wasn't your typical child. While other kids played about, he preferred wandering into nearby forests, collecting leaves, pebbles, and seeds. It was almost as if nature's tranquility resonated with the turmoil already brewing within his young soul. His childhood home, now a museum, stands as a testament to this peculiar beginning. Each room whispering tales of the artistic prodigy that was to emerge from its very core. Vincent's formal schooling was brief and uneventful. Academically, he showed little interest. The rigid structure of the classrooms and the monotonous routine of lessons did little to nurture the inquisitive mind that lay dormant within him. Instead, his youthful curiosity led him to explore the world beyond textbooks. It was during these escapades that he developed a profound connection with nature. Long walks in the countryside left an indelible mark on his impressionable mind, shaping a perspective that would later explode onto the canvas of his paintings. At the tender age of 15, Vincent decided to embark on a new chapter. Leaving the familiar surroundings of his family home to begin working in the local wholesale firm of Theodorus van Gogh & Co., here he was introduced to the complex workings of business. Yet amidst the ledgers and invoices, his heart yearned for the solace of nature. When his father fell ill, Vincent shouldered the responsibility, forgoing his own aspirations to care for the family. Though these were years of personal sacrifice, they proved instrumental in shaping his character. These experiences weren't merely footnotes in his biography, they were brushstrokes on the vast canvas of his life, contributing to the depth and complexity that would later define his art. After a few years of treading this path, Vincent's inner turmoil grew too intense to ignore. In 1876, he experienced a significant breakdown, leading him to spend several months in a psychiatric institution in the Dutch city of Haarlem. However, this period of introspection and healing didn't confine him to the walls of the institution. No, Vincent used this time to delve deep within himself, exploring the recesses of his mind and the complexities of his emotions. During his stay, he began sketching and copying pictures from an illustrated magazine, revealing a dormant talent that had been waiting to be unleashed. His first attempts at drawing were not mere doodles. They were tentative steps into a world of self-expression that would soon become his lifeline. Little did he know that these drawings were the harbingers of a remarkable transformation. Upon his release from the institution, Vincent delved deeper into art. In 1880, he moved to Nuenen, a small village in the south of the Netherlands. Here, amidst the serene landscapes and simple lives of the villagers, he began his serious artistic career. What followed was nothing short of astounding. Vincent, with his unique perspective and raw talent, started producing an astonishing volume of artwork. And in a span of 2 years, he completed an astonishing 380 oil paintings, showcasing a prolific output that defied expectations. This included iconic pieces like The Potato Eaters and Country Road with a Bridge and a Farm, which offered a glimpse into the lives of the common folk. It was during this period that he developed his signature style, characterized by thick brushstrokes and earthy tones, a departure from the prevailing artistic norms of the time. In 1884, Vincent faced a pivotal moment when he decided to part ways with his extensive collection of artwork, most of which remained unsold. This drastic step was motivated by his deep-rooted belief in his art and his desire to share it with the world. He moved to Paris, immersing himself in the vibrant art scene of the era, frequenting cafes where artists and intellectuals gathered, discussing the latest trends and movements in art. Paris was a melting pot of ideas, and Vincent, ever the sponge for knowledge, absorbed everything. He befriended several artists, one of whom was the post-impressionist Georges Seurat. It was a friendship that proved to be a turning point in Vincent's career. Seurat introduced him to pointillism, a technique that employed small dots of color to create an image, allowing Vincent to explore new dimensions in his art. However, it was also in Paris that Vincent's struggle with mental illness intensified. The bustling energy of the city overwhelmed him, and he found himself succumbing to bouts of anxiety and depression. These episodes were often triggered by the stark reality of his financial situation, which remained unchanged. Despite his talent, his paintings continued to be disregarded by the art establishment. This stark contrast between his artistic brilliance and public indifference took a toll on his mental well-being, leading to more intense breakdowns. In 1886, Vincent embarked on a journey to the south of France, seeking solace and inspiration. Arles, a picturesque town nestled in Provence, became his home. Here, under the warm Mediterranean sun, he created some of his most celebrated works, including Sunflowers and Café Terrace at Night. Arles was also where he encountered Paul Gogh, another post-impressionist painter. Their shared passion for art led to a remarkable creative partnership. Together, they experimented with color and form, pushing the boundaries of artistic expression. Yet this camaraderie was not without its challenges. Both artists were larger-than-life personalities, and their creative differences often led to heated discussions. The stress of these creative clashes, coupled with Vincent's ongoing mental struggles, resulted in a dramatic incident. In a fit of emotional turmoil, Vincent cut off part of his ear. Following this incident, Vincent was institutionalized, spending the remainder of his life in and out of psychiatric hospitals. Despite the confinement and the medication, his artistic spirit refused to be subdued. During his stays at Santerre-Provence and Auvers-sur-Oise, he painted some of his most hauntingly beautiful pieces, including The Starry Night and Wheat Field with Crows. These paintings, born out of his isolation and introspection, continue to resonate with viewers worldwide. They are a testament to the human condition, expressing themes of isolation, spirituality, and the ceaseless beauty of the natural world. Throughout his final years, Vincent received sporadic visits from his contemporary and close friend, Paul Gogh, who provided not just companionship, but also encouragement and artistic collaboration. Their shared moments in the tranquil surroundings of Auvers was where among the last joyful interludes in Vincent's life. As Vincent's health began to deteriorate, he continued to create art, pouring his heart and soul onto the canvas until the very end. On July 1890, at the age of just 37, he stepped into a wheat field and tragically shot himself. 2 days later, he succumbed to his wounds in the arms of his brother Theo, who had rushed to his side. Theo, who had been Vincent's staunchest supporter throughout his life, was devastated. He survived his brother by only 6 months, passing away in 1891, presumably of a broken heart. In the years following Vincent's death, his paintings began to gain recognition. Art critics who had once dismissed him started re-examining his work, uncovering the genius that had been hidden in plain sight. Today, Vincent van Gogh is regarded as one of the greatest painters of all time. His legacy lives on in the millions of people who connect with his art, finding solace, inspiration, or simply an echo of their own emotions in his masterpieces. If you're looking to immerse yourself further into the world of this post-impressionist painter, consider visiting some of the many museums that house his work. The Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam holds the largest collection of his paintings and drawings, offering an intimate look into his creative process. Similarly, the Art Institute of Chicago and the National Gallery in London provide a platform to appreciate his work in the context of his contemporaries.